with a group of Tory MPs having written to Lord David Frost, the UK's Brexit Supremo, urging him to block imports of bottled water from the EU. Today, Express.co.uk readers are being urged whether they would back such a ban. Andrew Bridgen, a member of the European Research Group, ERG, is one of 12 MPs to put his name to the letter, written in response to the bloc's decision to refuse to allow the import of unprocessed shellfish from the UK. An estimated £17 billion worth of bottled water is imported from the EU every year, with brands including Volvic, from France. However, North West Leicestershire Mr. Bridgen, who coordinated the letter, pointed out the same logic which the EU has used to reject UK shellfish also applies to bottled water coming the other day. The letter explains, the UK presently imports huge volumes of bottled water from the EU. The purity of this water we take on trust, as the EU used to do with our shellfish prior to the 1st of January this year. As you know, the UK have some of the highest standards of tap water in the world. The letter adds, we are therefore urging you to consider a ban of the importation of bottled water products from the EU. This could all be replaced with domestic products, and would also have significant environmental benefits, as there can be few things more wasteful than transporting bottled water and its packaging around the world. Furthermore, the letter urged Lord Frost, who negotiated the UK's trade deal with the EU and who is now a member of the Cabinet, to look into EU food standards. The MPs claim, only this week, 5 people are suspected to have died and hundreds more became seriously ill after eating contaminated chicken imported from the EU. It concludes, throughout the last 4 years of negotiations, and in particular with regard to the interpretation of legal agreements, the EU has taken every advantage of playing the cad and the UK have every disadvantage of playing the gentleman. It's time for the UK to make a stand and say no to the EU, until they lift their ban on UK shellfish. Other signatories include former ERG chairman and Tory MP for Wickham Steve Baker and Kettering MP Philip Hollobone, a drinking water analyst before entering Parliament. Speaking to yesterday's Sunday Express, a government insider said the EU's behavior had, more often than not, been divisive. They added, their actions suggest they are more interested in punishing the UK than in cooperation. Ministers are considering potential areas of leverage to work in our interests, but our priority is to ensure a friendly and productive relationship, and we are working at pace to deliver that. However, not everyone agrees with Mr. Bridgen's interpretation.